Hello, today I want to talk about the law of love, which is the highest. We all know that. But we don't know what love is. So I'd like to talk a little bit about love. God lives in the timeless dimension. And He created time. Time, for us, is a gift. It's within time we can live and move and have our being. And within time, we have the time to find our purpose for existence and perhaps to find our way back to our Creator. Okay? So, time comes from timelessness. God lives in the timeless dimension. And then in this dimension here of time, of energy, movement, matter, space, okay, all bathed in time. Now, God is love and truth, and He creates. And we may marvel at His creation. He made us so that we can know Him. Okay, which is a mighty, wonderful thing if you think about it. Animals cannot know God. Our cats and dogs are cute, and our fish and deer are fun to look at, and zebras and so on, but they can't know God. But a human being can. A human being can not only know about God, the human being can know God. Okay? Now, love. God creates with love, and then He wants to create love. See, we have laws. We have laws of science, of physics, of chemistry, of biology, and mathematics. Those are all laws. There are also laws of governing human conduct. So the whole universe is controlled by laws. Okay? The atom is not free to do whatever it wants. Molecules have a certain nature, and they have to do certain things. Plus and minus have to do what they're deemed to do and to obey laws. Okay? And from when you have your plus or minus charge, then you have various laws. You have Gauss's law, Ampere's law, Lorentz law, Lenz's law. See? Maxwell's equations. Everything obeys laws. And what we do is we describe the laws as best we can. We observe and we intuit, as Einstein did, such laws, or we observe and then eventually come upon them by observation of what happens. Well, so there are laws, but there's no freedom. There's no freedom. In mathematics, 1 + 1 = 2, and 1 + 1 are not free to do anything but that. Okay? But humans have freedom. We have freedom to choose principle or selfishness. To choose God or choose to try to be our own God. To love God or not to love God, or to love ourselves more than God. You see, we're free. Ultimately, to love Him or not love Him. See, God created love. That we have freedom, and that way we can love. Now, so for we humans, for us humans, our highest love is what? A need. A need for Him. A yearning for Him. See, we need Him. We yearn for Him, and some people do. They see something missing in their lives, and they go out in the world and they do whatever everyone says. Get more education, get a degree, get nice clothes, get a nice car, study, say your prayers, or do your rosary beads, or go to party, travel, collect things, study. See, we do what we're told. Move up in the world, get a promotion, move higher up, become a manager, become become an entrepreneur, retire to, have lots of money and retire. See, all these things, that's what we're told. But for some of us, we try all of those things. We try them all. And some of them are fun enough, but there's always something missing. There's always something more that we're yearning for. We don't realize that it's actually God that we're yearning for. But that's the highest love that we can know for our Creator, is to yearn for Him. Okay? Now, but how about love for other people, for our fellow human beings? Well, now this is where the cosmology becomes, the mystery becomes cosmology, and cosmology becomes something very beautiful. And that is that God is love. And when we draw close to Him, when you learn to be still, when you learn to experience the now present, and to experience His presence, to stand back, to take a step back from your thoughts and and feelings. See, they're of the earth. Your thoughts are of the earth also. Emotions generate thoughts. If you are angry, notice what kind of thoughts you have. See, if you're irritated, notice what thoughts you have. See what I mean? Emotions generate thoughts. And the emotions and the thoughts are of the flesh and of the earth. So you need something more you need something abstracted, something spiritual. See, space is an abstraction in the material realm, which corresponds to spirit. But you need the spirit. You need something to contact your Creator. It's spirit. It's of the spirit. It's of your soul, and it's not of the earth, not of emotions and passions and imaginations and schemings and strugglings and see all of that. So when you draw near to God, then those things become quieted. See, not by effort. See, the problem is that we are entangled. Remember, Christ spoke of the cares of the world. Remember, in the parable of the sower of the seed, He talked about some people, the seed falling in various places, and it didn't work out. And one of them was the cares of the world. Sprung, I think He compared it like to weeds springing up and choking out the spiritual aspirations, the cares of the world. So we become entangled in the cares of the world. But understand this, if you struggle with your thoughts, struggle with your emotions, then you are actually entangling yourself with them. So struggle doesn't work. There has to be a way of separating from them, so you're not struggling, so you're not a part of them. You can observe them without struggling with them. See? And when you have found that, maybe with the help of meditation, then your soul is in a more rarefied atmosphere. Your soul is actually outside of time. Your soul is no longer glued and no longer fused to the earthy, to the sensual. And with the earthy and the sensual, the imaginative and the intellectual. See? So now your soul is closer to God. And still. And God then imparts something to this soul, which out of love for God and yearning for God, see, it becomes still. So God sends His light, and His light imparts something to the soul. And one of the things that the soul experiences is God's love. From the timeless dimension, God's love, spiritual love. And the spiritual love enters through the soul, through the portal of the soul, into the person. And it filters down, okay, and it becomes what? It becomes something that others can see. Something that you can even feel. You don't feel the love so much, although you may feel a warmth, a peace, a warmth, a peace of God, okay? A quietness in God's presence. But then it becomes something, and it becomes what? It becomes patience. Love in you. And there has to be a willingness. See, we talked about a willingness, about a wanting to know God, and a wanting to have Him enter your life, and a willingness, but there has to be another willingness. You know what that is? It's very important. It's the 1 + 1 of salvation, really. The 1 + 1 of salvation. The first willingness is to sit still and to give up your willfulness, see, for willingness to let go and let God. So that's one. And what's the other one in this 1 + 1? The other one is a willingness to let go of resentment, a willingness to forgive, a willingness to let go of a grudge and judgment against others. See? So when you are willing to forgive, to let go of resentment, that's what it means. So let go of resentment. Let go of grudges, angers toward others. Then the love flows through you, and it is patience. And then you you feel the patience, because it is love dwelling in you. It is God's love dwelling in you, which becomes patience. Patience for your being. Patience for others. See? So now do you see how you can love others? You love others by not hating. You love others by not resenting. You love others by not judging, by not condemning. See? That's how you love. And then through you, when you give up your judgments and your condemnation of others, and your angers and your hatreds and your resentments, especially resentment, then the love shines through you, and it's patience. Patience for others instead of impatience. Patience for your children instead of impatience. Patience for others. And then that patience in you permits you to also be patient with yourself. See, the other thing, we judge others and condemn others. We also judge and condemn ourselves. Remember, Christ said that the judgment that you have for others will be upon you. See? So then, if you can't forgive others, then you can't forgive yourself. And so therefore you harbor a judgment and condemnation of yourself. But if you have patience, your willingness to give up judgment and resentment, then you will have patience with yourself and your own, those errors and those things with which you are afflicted that have grown up in you and become established in you during the time that you fled from God. Okay? So that is a little discourse upon love. Okay? I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. My name is Roland.